So if I move the head towards the second node, third node, then fourth node, then these will become the heads. Okay, so I can just create the new node here, and because temp is already at the last position, I can say temp of next is equals to n. Temp of next doesn't becomes null, keep on doing temp is equals to temp of next, and once you reach the last node, you just say temp of next is equals to n. Hey guys, welcome to our channel Coders Arcade. This is Ashank David, and in today's video we are going to talk about a function in linked list called as InsertAtTail. So this video is going to be the continuation of the previous video which we have done in linked list, which was InsertAtHead. There I have explained you about InsertAtHead display function and what exactly how you can start implementing the code for linked list. So if you haven't watched that video yet, I will give the link in the description below, and I will also give the link in the I button as well, so you can go ahead and watch that video also. So this video is going to be the continuation of that. So without any further ado, let's get started into it. And before I start this video, I would like to request you people to please like, share and subscribe to our channel Coders Arcade, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you won't miss any future updates. So now let's start. So here we have talked about linked list. So in linked list concept, this is how your linked list would look like, and in our previous video we have done InsertAtHead. So if you talk about doing InsertAtHead was usually inserting the element at the head, that means here, and we have inserted it here. As you can see that in the code we have written this function where I have explained you what is this node star ampersand of head, what is this int val. You already have discussed about all this in our previous video. So if you are directly coming to this video and if you are not able to understand what is this ampersand of it, I'll explain it, but in a short way without wasting any much time, because I have already explained this in our previous video. So please go ahead and watch that video as well if you don't understand anything from this video. So in the previous video we have already done about this InsertAtHead, and I have already discussed about what are the steps going to be involved while writing this code, that is creating the head, moving the next pointer towards the head, and then just moving the head towards the newly created node. So this is what we have done in our previous video. Today we are going to focus on this InsertAtTail function, and we are going to see how this InsertAtTail function works. So to understand this, let us first go back to our diagram and understand about what exactly how we can do InsertAtTail. So here you can, as you can see here, that this is our linked list. So you can see, if I can just move it here, you understand this, that this is your linked list. Now while we are working with this linked list, we have done InsertAtHead. So quickly let's create that, and quickly let's understand what was InsertAtHead. So InsertAtHead was this. I created a node here. So it's like this. I'm gonna create a proper node here. I am creating the node here, and here I stored the data in this case. So data was, let's say 50, take anything, 50 in this case. I am storing this value here. So 2117 was stored there, and this was our n. It was pointing towards this node, and this was your InsertAtHead. This we already done in the previous video. Now we want to say InsertAtTail. So to InsertAtTail, let me just rub this off first so there is no confusion here. Okay, we will take this as the first head, and I will use this only. Okay, so we are gonna use this as first node, and let's do InsertAtTail. So to do InsertAtTail, what we need to do is we need to first understand how we can travel to the last node, because last time also I have explained this basic logic of InsertAtTail, but I have not explained you how exactly you need to implement it. So let's see that first. In this case, this is our linked list, and here I want to do InsertAtTail. That means I have to create a new item here, the new node here, and here while I am creating the new node here, I will connect this node with this node, and hence that will be InsertAtTail. So InsertAtTail will be very easy here, but how? The question is how. So let's start that. First of all, what you need to do is whenever you will call this function InsertAtTail, the InsertAtTail again will start from the head only. We know this, that the control will start from the head. That means our head is pointing towards this part, right? So this is our head. This is our first node. So in this case, as soon as the control flows here, we start from the head. Now we need to travel to the last node, and once we are at the last node, here you can create a node, and then what you can do is you can connect this last node with this newly created node here. But to do this, how you will do that? So to do that, first you need to travel from the first node to the last node. But just by traveling it won't work. You have to move something which can actually do the job. Let's say you move this head. So this is the head, right? What if I move this head towards this? Then I can access this and this. Yes. If I move my head towards this again, then I can access this and this. If I move this head again here, I can access this and this. And once I have access of this null, I can create a new node here, and then I can say this null change to the address of this newly created node. That means this node and this node is connected. Can I do something like this? Yes, I can do. But moving the head here is not a great idea, because if I move this head, then what will happen is that these nodes will get deleted. So basically these nodes will get on deleted. This node will get deleted, this node will get deleted, this node will get deleted, and last node will only be left, because last node will only become the head node. So as we know this, that head node, a head is a pointer which points towards the first node. So if I move the head towards the second node, third node, then fourth node, then these will become the heads, and all these nodes will be deleted. So we cannot move this head, because we are passing the reference of the head. We said node star ampersand of head as the parameter. In our previous video we have also done that. So the idea here is that we cannot do something like that. If we cannot do something like that, then what we can do? We need an iterator which can travel from first node to the last node in this case. And what is an iterator? Iterator is some variable or some pointer which will start from the head, and you can move that pointer or that iterator rather than moving the head from the first place. That means, let's say I have created a temporary pointer here. This temporary pointer here will act as an iterator. And what I can do with this is that I can move this temporary pointer rather than moving the head. So if I move this temp pointer, then no data will be lost, because temp pointer is just having the copy of that current node that it is standing onto right now. That means when the head is here, I can access its both data and next. And if I want to move the temp to the next position, that means here, I can just say this, that temp, you are here, you can access your own next. So yes, you access your own next. As soon as it accesses its own next, what happens is jump towards this second node. Then temp is here right now. When the temp is here, it can access this. So what you will do? Temp, you access your own next again. That means you will jump to the next node. We have already done this in our display function in the last video. So I'm just giving you a review of that. Okay. Here my temp is right now here. Now what we can do is we can just say temp, you access your own next again. That means you will jump to the last node and temp comes here. To do this, we have to write our code like this. To do something like that, I have to write my code something like that. While temp of next doesn't becomes null, doesn't becomes equals to null. Okay, till the temp of next doesn't becomes null. This is equals to, okay, doesn't equals to null. Till then, keep on doing temp equals to temp of next. Okay, keep on doing temp is equals to temp of next. And while you are doing temp of next, as soon as you hit the last node, you just to stop, because I said that till the temp next becomes null in this case. So this is going to be the code for it, guys. And as soon as you reach to the last node, what do? You create the node there. So you can create the node here. And once you create the node here, then what you can do is you can say temp will be at the last node. So what I can do is temp is right now here, and here we have the last node is at this only. Okay, so I can just create the new node here. Okay, and here I can say, let's say put the data, let's say 50 is our data in this case. Okay, this will be null by the way on always, that we already know about this, right? So now temp is here, this is the newly created node, let's say this is n. Okay, and because temp is already at the last position, I can say temp of next is equals to n. That means it will connect this n with this, right? So that means I can say here, after creating the node, just say temp of next, which is already standing at the last node, whose next is null right now. You just start pointing towards this n, right? Well, this is going to be the code for InsertAtTail, but there will be one corner condition, guys. One corner condition is that what happens if the head is only null? If this head is only null, that means let's imagine this value is null. Okay, I'm writing this value is null. If this value is null only, then what will happen? You cannot do InsertAtTail because it will start from this while loop. Then it will start from if the tail is present or not. Imagine if the head is only not there, then automatically there is no tail only. So in that case, what you will do? You can just say head is equals to n. That means head only, you only point towards that newly created n, which means that newly created n is only the first node. Or if you have written InsertAtHead in the previous type, you can just call that function here. What I meant to say is, we'll see the code here now. Okay, this is going to be the InsertAtTail. Okay, so in InsertAtTail, what we are doing is, we are just saying InsertAtTail, void InsertAtTail, and then I'm saying node star ampersand of head, because we know this, that we have to pass the reference of the head to this function, otherwise this function doesn't know where to start from, right? So that is node star ampersand of head. Now after this, we are going to pass the value because it needs to insert that value, right, to that position. So we are going to give the value. Now after that, so we created a new node. First we created a new node. So because if I don't create the new node, this condition won't work, because then head should point towards n, no, if the head is null. So for that reason, I first created the node only. It's not a problem, you create the node wherever you want, but it is good that you create the node first only. Then I'm checking if the head is equals to null. If the head is only null, there is no tail only, and if there is no tail, then your newly created node will only become the head node, right? So I said head, you start pointing towards n. N is this node, this newly created node that you have just created, right? So this is the creation of the node. This is the head. Head is pointing towards the n, and once you do that, you just return, so that you don't do insertion again. Understood? Then once it is checked, I am starting by creating the temporary variable, which is going to be the main iterator here in this case. So you can see that this is our node star temp. Node star temp, you start from the head. So temp started from the head, and then I said while temp of next doesn't becomes null, keep on doing temp is equals to temp of next. Just now we have discussed about this, guys, right? You remember? So this is going to be keep on traveling till you reach the last node, and once you reach the last node, you just say temp of next is equals to n. While this is going to be, guys, the code implementation of InsertAtTail, and I hope that this is very much clear. Now if I just run this, we have already created our display list function. So you have already done this before in the previous class. We already have done this display function. Okay, now you see we are saying InsertAtHead, InsertAtHead, InsertAtHead 3 times I've said. So first 10 is inserted, and then your linked list will look like this, somewhat like this. So if I just create it right away here, okay, if I create it right away here, you can see that, you see, first 10, so 10 is inserted, okay, 10 is inserted. Then I said 20, so basically it is like this. So first 10 is inserted, then 20 is inserted at the head, then 30 got inserted at the head. So your linked list is looking like this: 30, 20, 10. And then you said InsertAtTail 40. So InsertAtTail means your tail function will start from this it will go here, it will go here, and at here this next will become 40. That means here you will add 40, right? And then again insert at tail 50. So here 50. So your linked list would look somewhat like this: 30, 20, 10, 40 and 50. And then we are displaying it, right? So this is going to be the code. Let us run the code and see if the output is correct or not. So you can see that 30, 20, 10, 40, 50 and then at last null. Because here you can see that first we inserted 10. So first 10 got inserted, then at the head of the 10 we inserted this 20, and then at the head of the 20 we inserted 30, and 30, 20, 10 got inserted. Then at the tail we inserted 40, and at the tail again we inserted the last element, which is 50 in this case. Alright guys, I hope so you have understood this video. I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. This is going to be the code for this, guys, and this is how you're going to implement this. This is going to be the code. So if you want, I can put the code in the description as well, and this is going to be the function which is actually doing the job. So that is it for this video, guys. I hope you have understood this well. Thanks for watching. If you have liked this video, please give us a thumbs up, and if you have any doubts, please tell us in the comment section below so that we can clear your doubts as soon as possible, guys. And that's it. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel Coders Arcade, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you won't miss any future updates. So well, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. This is Ashank David signing off. I'll see you guys in the next one.